Hey guys, how are you all doing? I hope you guys are all good. So I'm just here because I want to preview the Paris Masters 1000, and I'm going to do that for you guys. Okay, and also I'll review the final of St. Petersburg and St. Petersburg and Vienna. So I'm just going to quickly go through those finals, and then I'm going to preview the whole tournament and the draw at the Paris Masters 1000, right? So first in the final of St. Petersburg, I mean, it was a tight three-set match between Cilic. Sorry, just getting up the exact score for you. But yeah, Cilic won this match in 3 sets. Just pulling up the score for you now. So 7-6, 4-6, 6-4 in favor of Cilic. So 7-6, 4-6, 6-4. Yep, that's it. So I'm just got to get my facts right and the exact score. I like to talk about it, even though I know clearly from watching that it's 2-1 to Cilic. So I just really felt in this match, right? I just felt like Cilic was quite. I mean, they were both up and down, hot and cold. And like I said, when they're on an equal level, it's just going to come down to the tight moments and who's got more experience in the big moments, who's been in more finals and who won more tournaments. And that was the case. They were both going for it, hitting it hard, exchanging winners, then errors back and forth, hot and cold. But then someone had to win it. And Cilic has more experience in the big moments. So he was able to keep his cool a little bit better. So he survives with that win. So that's basically all I have to say about that one. So now the Vienna final. Zverev beat Fritz 7-5, 6-4. Oh, no, sorry, not Fritz. That's St. Petersburg. But another American, Zverev beats Tiafoe 7-5, 6-4 in this final in Vienna, right? So what I want to say about this particular final, I mean, Zverev basically was able to hit with power and consistency and always be in control of the point. But hit with enough power to be controlling all the points, all the rallies and all of that, and then be dictating all the points, right? That's what Zverev was able to do here. But not do it by taking risks or shortening the points and by exchanging winners and errors, by being consistent, not making many errors, but having more power than Tiafoe to control all the rallies and be able to do it consistently without risk of many errors. So then Tiafoe either had to be bossed around and just have Zverev in the center while he's running around after all the balls, or to say, I don't want Zverev to have control of the point, so I'm going to go for it. The problem is when he goes for it, he can't hit with the same power and consistency. So he's got to hit it as hard as he can near the line and say, I'm going to get control of the point that way. But when he does, he's hot and cold. So when he's hot, yeah, they're both hitting with power. But when he's cold, then suddenly he's given away all these errors, right? So that's basically it. So then either Tiafoe was saying he doesn't want Zverev to control the rallies and I'm going to go for it, and hitting a whole bunch of errors, and Zverev wins by getting all these 3 points, or he plays it safe and Zverev just moves him around and overpowers him. Some of the times when he got hot for short periods, it was enough to make this match close. But like I said, Tiafoe's playing at a level that if you get a top player on a day where they're a bit off, he could get that win like he did against Tsitsipas. But I told you he's going to be right behind Zverev at his best level, and if Zverev's a bit off, he's going to win. But I said Zverev is in form; he won't be off. So TFO will be close, right behind him, and then if Zverev is off a bit, he'll win. But if Zverev's not off, Zverev will win in two close, tight sets because he'll just be that bit too good. And to beat him, you would have to be like a Djokovic and Nadal, Medvedev, maybe Thiem at their best. But he wasn't going to be able to get there. He was going to be able to get just behind his level and hope Zverev's a bit off. He did that, and Zverev wasn't a bit off. So Zverev wins this in two tight sets. So now let's get to the preview of the Paris Masters 1000. So we've got Cilic is your St. Petersburg 2021 champion, and Zverev is your your 250 St. Petersburg champion, Marin Cilic, and over in Vienna, the 500 there, your champion is Alexander Zverev. So on to the Paris Masters 1000 preview now. So first we're going to take a look at Djokovic's side of the draw. If you don't have the draw with you, I'm unable to put it up for you, but you could look at it as I do this video. If you're not watching live, you could pause it and get your own draw, or you could look at it after the video and review what I've said. So tonight, Djokovic is going to play Fucsovics. He'll win that. Then he's going to get probably Gael Monfils. Then he'll win that. Then Rublev, I mean, it'll be tough considering he's been out for a while, but Rublev's not playing well. I think that Djokovic will win in straight sets. I mean, he could upset him or even get a set, but Rublev's form is too off. Djokovic is rested. He likes this kind of court, so straight sets, but two close sets. Then he's got Tsitsipas in the semi-finals. Tsitsipas is just going for it. He's hot and cold all the time, and I just think that I don't even know if he'll make it here, but first here, let's look at that. Let's look at Tsitsipas's draw. I mean, he'll probably beat de Minaur. Yeah, he'll beat de Minaur. I mean, he might lose to a Gut, so that match could be Djokovic versus a Gut, but a Gut's not good, been playing well, so I'll give him that. Then Hubert Hurkacz. I mean, both have been hot and cold lately. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say Tsitsipas gets away with that. But then the Djokovic Tsitsipas semi-final, I just think Djokovic will play his normal defense, consistency, run everything down, make no errors, good returning and getting Tsitsipas's serves back, forcing him into rallies. And then Tsitsipas is going to try to attack, shorten the point, and go for too much and make a whole bunch of errors. It'll be two close sets, but Djokovic is going to get this and move through to the final. So now, guys, we're going to look at the other side of the draw. And Medvedev is going to beat Ramos Vinolas. I mean, second round, Cilic, he'll win that in straight sets. Let me just confirm it is Cilic. It'll be, could be Aslan Karatsev, or it could be Cilic, but either way, I mean, Medvedev's way too good for what they're doing at the moment, too consistent. Then Sinner, I mean, I think that he'll be able to get Sinner in long rallies, move him around, expose his movement, defend too well, miss no shots and force Sinner to have to go for it. He'll go for too much and make errors sometimes. Other times he'll be in long rallies, move him around, and Medvedev's exposing the lack of movement. Then Zverev's draw, I mean, Zverev is going to beat Dusan Lajovic. He's going to beat probably Dimitrov quite easily, straight sets. I don't think Dimitriov's on his level at the moment. Then he's going to, yeah, I said I think it was Zarev's draw. Let's get back to that. Yeah, he's going to beat He's going to beat Dusan Lajovic. Then he's going to beat Dimitrov. And then he's going to go up against Casper Ruud. All of those will be straight sets. He'll just overpower and be too consistent. Casper Ruud is consistent and plays good defense. So does Zverev, but Zverev's got more power on his shots. So Zverev will just be moving him around, and Rudd will just be completely controlled in the rally and overpowered. And Zverev will be standing in the middle, hitting the ball hard, moving him around, hitting it harder and harder till he gets through his defense, right? And then eventually coming up with the winner there. And just overpowering Rudd, and then Rudd just having to run down balls all the time. And then if Rudd gets sick of it, he'll have to go for too much and make errors. But most of the time, it'll be both will be consistent in the rallies, but Zverev will have more power, so he'll control the rallies and he'll be standing in the middle and pushing Rudd around. It'll be straight sets, but two close sets. And then Zverev will go through and play Medvedev in the semi-finals. I just see in this match, it's quite hard to predict because Zverev is actually playing well right now. But the sort of 2 weeks in a row in different cities, physically, I'm going to say it'll be sort of 3 sets, very close match. And then right at the end of it, it'll just come down to that Medvedev's just a little bit too consistent, a little bit too fast, and he can match Zverev on the serve, and then make the match about, well, when it's Zverev's first serve, Medvedev's first serve, you're winning off your first serve. But then, because he's able to match Zverev on the first serve, it comes about the rallying. And I just think Medvedev's a bit better with the rallying. He's faster, he's more consistent, he makes less errors. The court's faster, he has enough power to generate when it's a faster court to finish off points. And then I also think in these long grinding rallies, he'll be more fresh due to not playing since Indian Wells, whereas Zverev played last week. So once it gets to sort of 2.5, 3 hours, they one set all, a lot of long grinding rallies, and both guys are starting to get physically tired. You'll see the benefit that Medvedev's had a few weeks off, but you'll see on the other hand, Zverev being a bit more run down, and you'll also see Medvedev's better defense, better consistency, and just being able to out rally and make the most of the fact that Zverev's movement isn't quite on his premium level, and move him around and expose that. Beat him with consistency, out rally him, and beat him with better defense, and force Zverev to have to go for too much. But like I said, it's just going to be about they both win their points on their first serve, but the second serve points and the rallies with Medvedev matching on the serve, and they're both winning the first serves. But then it's going to come down to the second serves because they're equal off the first serve, and the rallying, and then Medvedev is by matching him on the serve, making it about the second serve points, and the rallies, he's going to out rally him here. And after last week in Vienna, at the end of the third set, I just think Medvedev's going to get a little bit tired. So we're going to see, Zverev is going to get a bit tired after the last week in Vienna. So after all these grinding rallies at the end of the match, you're really going to see a physical advantage for Medvedev, and you're going to see his speed and his consistency, and the court's fast enough to win the point. And like I said, you're matching each other on the first serve. You're making it about the second serve and the rallies. Medvedev's better defense, more consistent, makes less errors, can move Zverev around and expose maybe his movement not at that high level on his or Djokovic or Nadal's level. And then Zverev's going to be tired at when it's one set all. At the end of the third set, the match has been decided. Because Zverev played last week in Vienna, he's going to be more tired. Medvedev will have more fresh legs, so Medvedev's getting this in a close battle. And then we have Medvedev versus Novak Djokovic in your Paris Masters final. Like I said, not like I said, but these guys, they just They almost never miss. They have great speed. They run down everything. They've got a great return. So there's going to be no free points in this match, because you're going to have to hit 3 or 4 good shots every time to end a rally, because the other guy's great at defense. The other guy's not going to make any unforced errors. The other guy's going to return your serves. So it's just going to come down to that. And I just think Djokovic is going to get an easier semi-final with Tsitsipas. Then Medvedev is going to be a bit physically tired after that match with Zverev. So in combination with Djokovic being off since the US Open and being fresh, as opposed to Medvedev going to Indian Wells, right? And then Medvedev having a tougher semi-final against Zverev, whereas Djokovic possibly getting an easy semi-final. It'll be one set all. It'll be a third set. It'll be the end of 2 hours of grinding rallies. They'll be equal. And then Djokovic, due to being fresh all his time off since the US Open, and due to having an easy semi-final, he'll be more fresh and he'll want revenge of the US Open final too. So he'll get over the line. But Medvedev went to Indian Wells, so it's going to make him a bit more tired. He's going to have a long, hard semi-final the day before against Zverev. And right at the end of the match, when it's been decided, his legs will go a bit out, and then Djokovic will be really determined after losing his chance to win all 4 Grand Slams, and he'll be fresher for the reasons that I've mentioned. So I'm just going to say for now, Djokovic in 3 sets in about a 3-hour battle, possibly a third set tiebreaker. So for now, I'm saying Novak Djokovic is your 2021 Paris Masters champion. But it's going to be very close, and I'm only saying that because Zverev is on Medvedev's side. If Zverev was on Djokovic's side of the draw, then Djokovic would have the long battle in the semi-finals. He would be tired. He wouldn't have it in the final against Medvedev, and that's what happened in the US Open. This time it's reversed, when Medvedev will have to go through the long battle in the semi-final, and he won't have it for the long rallies of a Djokovic-Medvedev final. So I'm saying Djokovic gets this one in 3 sets. And he's your champion. That's my video for today. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And I'm going to be previewing the Paris Masters semifinals and the Paris Masters final. So right after the quarterfinals, before the semifinals, sort of towards the weekend, be back for that video. But subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. And be back here for my next video. Bye for now. Subscribe. Bye, guys.